Jennifer was beside herself. She didn't really understand what was going on. She had always eaten pretty well and was a runner. Not long distances, but the occasional 5K with her girlfriends. She was active with the kids' school activities, band, soccer, dance class, and basketball. They were busy, but what seemed to be normal activities for running a family. Her husband had a wonderful job, and by all accounts, they were the average American family. Time to herself was a precious commodity, but that was normal when the kids were teenagers. One Sunday, after a particularly busy week, Jennifer awoke with a heaviness in her chest and stomach. She and her husband had been out to dinner and a movie the night before, and she had eaten a wonderful meal, albeit later than usual. It must just be indigestion from the food, she thought. It will pass. As the day went on, however, the discomfort didn't pass. In fact, it radiated up to her jaw. She thought it odd, but not concerning. I've always had a problem with grinding my teeth. My dentist said there wasn't much that I could do except wear a mouth guard. That seems like such a radical thing, and I'm far too busy to think about that right now. She rested some of that day, and things seemed to get a little bit better. On Monday morning, Jennifer noticed that the pain was back and more intense than it was yesterday. She told her husband about it, and he insisted that he take her to urgent care. When she got there, they took her right back and began to hook her up to machines and do some testing. 15 minutes later, the doctor came in and uttered the words that no one wanted to hear. Heart attack. After she had stabilized and regained some strength, Jennifer and her husband visited their dentist. As he listened to her story, it occurred to him that she had always had a little bleeding in her mouth whenever she was in. Recently, he had attended a course that emphasized heart attack and stroke prevention and the relationship between the dentist and the physician. He knew that there was a colleague in town that was developing master plans for these heart attack patients so that they would never suffer another event in their lives. Picking up the phone, the two colleagues talked together and jointly decided on a game plan to share with Jennifer. The master plan involved 2 phases. The physician determined the simple tests and ultrasounds that she would need to determine how inflamed the arteries were and how much damage was done. The dentist knew that a simple saliva test, along with a 3D scan of her mouth, would determine how much inflammation was in the gum tissue and around the teeth. When the tests were completed, the doctors found that Jennifer had disease without symptoms. She carried a heart attack gene. The walls of her arteries had soft plaques in them that could be prone to rupture. They knew that if they saw that on the ultrasound, the entire body was inflamed. Her dentist determined that she had several high-risk bacteria concentrated in the gum tissue. These are commonly known as PG, FN, AA, TD, and PI. At levels above a threshold amount, they increase the risk of heart attacks by 1.5 to 2 times. Because she had PG present, he knew that the bacteria was 100% causative of atherosclerosis or cardiovascular disease. With that bacteria there was a